not tonight.
The Nile's not just a river in Egypt.
Yeah, we do have to be more careful about what we say. I don't want to be hauled up.
Don't say anything. Yeah, don't swear in a live studio. Don't fucking swear.
On an on-air studio.
What? I'm not allowed to fucking swear. That's it.
Don't fucking swear.
Goodbye, guys.
Do not fucking swear. Who's in the chat? Patrick, Bob, Gareth, Scotty Bogfoot, Andy.
There's already accusations of voices.
Dean.
That's
good. Stuart Drummond's there. Tony Parkinson. That's just his favourite band, Voices. They do some good, all right tracks. I've got 3 on my playlist. Got pretty good. I think I've done them all.
Have you got Prime, John?
Yeah, I've got Prime.
Have you tried Amazon Music? It's free with Prime.
Yeah. But YouTube Music's so much better. I don't like it.
You pay, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't like Prime Music. They haven't got half the tracks. They got everything on YouTube. All of it.
Fuck around with third parties, Spotify or nothing.
No, they don't have all the tracks. Yeah, but are you gonna get a MTV acoustic set? Maybe not.
I don't know, but they got everything from the 80s, which is all I fucking listen to.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that decade. But I'm telling you.
Have you heard, talking about music, the new ABBA album?
I fucking hate ABBA more than anything in the world, so no.
Right, I will move swiftly along.
I did feel like that about ABBA until I heard as an adult that song about The Winner Takes It All.
Winner Takes It All is Nikita.
I do think Winner Takes It All is
Nikita.
Very, very smart.
Nikita. Nikita.
I hate it. Do you know, my wife and I don't have the same taste in music, except for the stuff we hate. We both fucking hate ABBA, the Bee Gees, and Madonna after about 1986.
I would say you've both gone down a rung, but your wife gets a free pass. She can stay up there.
Yeah, that's cool. Who cares about my taste in music? It's shit. I just like guitars and wankers. I like and any band that are.
I'm gonna roll the intro.
Go for it. Constantly drunk.
That was Snow Patrol Informer. You're listening to the new Ohm Show, Chapter 82. If you're listening now, stick with it. Coming up later, we've got some Star Sailor and Iggy Pop and his Stooges. On the show this evening, we've got Brad. Brad's back.
Brad's back.
Only special returning host guest, Brad.
Yes. Host guest.
He's got younger. And more handsome while he's been away.
Have you had any touch-ups done? Have you had any injections in your head?
I found the secret. It's pickling yourself in red wine.
I reckon there's a bulldog. I reckon you've got a bulldog clip in the back of your head that we can't see.
or a really scary portrait in your attic.
Yeah. Just shouting racist stuff with a South African accent.
But
I do have a scary portrait now that you mention it. Maybe I should check up on it.
And we will, if you're wondering, be quizzing Brad later.
Yeah,
Master Vapor. So that'll be fun. We've also got John from juststagnant.org.uk.
That's me.
Looking better than last week.
With the hair's gone,
but certainly not younger.
No.
The shorter hair makes the greys easier to see.
Yeah, but I don't. But look. He's 5 years younger than me, nearly.
Yeah. He had a fucking rough paper round.
Yeah. I had to go all the way down to Texaco garage.
He's I'm 40. I get away with it.
That's what kids do.
When I delivered my last paper, I was 2 miles from home.
Really? Mine was. I had a Sunday round, and it was ridiculous. It was absolutely mad, and everybody. Well, once I got a reprimand because somebody ordered the Times, and when the Times was a proper broadsheet, and they had the smallest letterbox on my round, and it was nearly sealed shut. You could barely push it. So I pushed it through segment by segment. I was like, politics, sport, people, and they got really angry. But I was like, dude, get a bigger fucking letterbox.
It's that what goes through the window.
Yeah. I used to do the free papers as well, and there was an insane dog on my round, and I used to put it halfway through and really waggle it until the dog grabbed it and tore it apart. Just did it every week.
Dean Feeney, you're a fucking legend. He says John is so old, he's in black and white.
I can't.
Anyway, that's that. We've also got new stuff, world news, vaping news. Don't do that, John. I hate that. That's what I have to say all day.
Oh, is it really?
All these things with companies. That's
we will buy you a colourful piece for your background.
New stuff, world news, vape news, Master Vapor. Oh, and we're going to talk about sausages later on as well.
Oh,
I had some good sausages today.
Oh, well, save it.
Oh, look at that! You can press touch up my appearance, and my wrinkles go. I like it.
But it's made you even whiter.
If that's possible.
Yeah, this is the ghost of John now.
Well, I might have found it.
Either way, it's fine, John. No, it's fine. I was at a minute at a sink one week and no one said anything.
That's better, isn't it?
No,
the door was at least colourful now.
I put my wrinkles back.
Anyway, so it's an absolute belter. We got, the lovely Brad. What more do you want? Stay tuned, smash the like button, switch it to live chat so you don't miss anything. Welcome to everyone in here. John, what are you drinking? What are you vaping this evening?
I'm drinking. I went this way round with the beers because I was like, they're going to want to know. I know Stuart Drummond's a fan actually of me and the beer. This is Wave After Wave, a double dry hot IPA from the Bad Boys at Vocation. And it's, to me, my favourite is Life and Death, but my second favourite is Wave After Wave. But it is a punchy 6.7, but it's delicious. And then, I've got to show you. I went a bit crazy and got the big cans of Vocation, the 440s. They just, I was going to say fill up your glass less, but you don't, because in my parlance, when you've poured a new one, you knock the head off it, don't you? And then it's the same. It's about the same as the 330.
I'd be interested to know how that branding has gone for Vocation.
What with the new
on the cans? Because I don't like it.
Yeah, I prefer the old. I will admit that I prefer the old too. Yeah.
I wonder if they have that kind of research available
Feedback
to them. But I don't know.
Is that I think lockdown. Well, they've obviously they're doing a lot better on orders and stuff like that.
It's a winner in it because even if a few new people like it, everyone that already liked it's going to get it. They're going to find it. Yeah, excellent. What are you vaping there?
Vape wise, I've got a 16mm Dwar on top of the mix by Aspire. In that, I've got Crack Current. The bad boy of the season. I've got
definitely vape of the week.
The vape of the week. I've only got 3
this
left.
Week's vape of the week.
I've only got 3 left now in stock at www.justadnick.org.uk, which is the Saurus. I've gone mad. Why am I saying it wrong now? I've been selling them all fucking time.
Too much pressure.
The Surin Air mod.
Surin, no matter how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Surin Air mod. Inside that is MoMA, a 50mg. I've got the 0.8 head in, because we got the heads in now at www.justadnick.org.uk. I really like it. I really like the auto draw on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've absolutely flown, and people seem really chuffed with them. So I'm really, really happy that this worked, because it was a bit of a punt in the dark, because not many anyone had it, and I just thought this is mad.
That's the game. It's worse in the hardware selling scene.
Yeah,
it's worse than the reviewing scene.
Yeah, because
if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, if it's not. Well, but we shouldn't have been anywhere near first, because I got them a month after release, but I just thought this is stupid. Like,
a lot of people rely on these dog shit UK distros.
Yeah, probably the dog shit ones and Evolution Vaping, who we think are great. Yeah, I just thought there's a gap in the market for a pub mod that actually works, and that was it. Anyway, that's enough of me trying to sell myself. Brad, what are you drinking? What are you vaping?
Hello, darling. Well, I was given
what is that? Neck oil?
It is neck oil. I was given very late notice, and I was going to go buy a Richard-esque Cronenberg, but I couldn't bring myself to pick it up off the fucking shelf. So I got neck oil instead, because why the fuck not?
Fair play to those guys.
But I've never had it pour with so much fucking head. I think my glass may have been dirty. It does taste like Barocca for some reason.
I was going to say clean. If the foam sticks, it's clean, not dirty.
Well, I think I may have used.
Can have that reaction.
Oh, okay.
I think I may have used a used glass that had some.
Have you stolen it? I'll admit it, though, because it's a British tradition. Have you stolen a Beavertown glass yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
Yes, you have to. That is British.
But
What people do.
I have had that glass stolen from my house.
Oh, good. Worst thing is, nicked the glass, went in the same pub the next day for a beer, and then he went, hold on a second, mate. There's some in the dishwasher. And I went, okay. And he ran it under some cold water and got it cold. Then he poured me a pint and he went, do you know what? We got 500 of these the other day. We've already lost 200. It's mental. And I went, what are people like? No, I've done it exactly that.
Can't fucking trust people. Certainly not one's named John.
People nick pint glasses. It's the people cupboards
all across the world.
It's just what happens.
It's an international sport.
If you make a really nice one, it's gone.
I used to take mine back.
Well, after take it home, then take it back.
I used to walk home drinking it. Take it back the next day.
Here you go. Watch this. I'll be around to fetch it later.
I used to just leave, because obviously they're not open, are they, when you're out and about the next day? So I just used to leave it on like a picnic table.
Oh, right, okay.
Not a posh one. I'd keep a fancy one.
That's what I mean. These are fancy, not just a regular.
Yeah, they got pretty little pink butterflies and shit on
it. Yeah, there's one with loads of little logos and all good. What are you vaping though? What are you vaping these days?
Oh god, it's fucking depressing. I won't admit to using this.
What is it?
This finally died.
Oh no!
Yesterday. It has been in rotation now for. Fuck me. When did these come out? Oh yeah, really, you didn't fuck me. When did these come out? A year and a half ago?
A year ago.
Over a year, yeah.
But I saw one. They're back there because people are trying to get rid of dead stock. They're actually up for about 22 quid.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to run around and buy something and just didn't. So, thankfully, I went to Kiev last week.
Oh, I just realised what that is.
Yeah, and I picked up 3 of these for little runarounds in Kiev.
Are they 50 milligram at least?
They are 50 milligrams.
Oh, that's okay then. At least that's something.
I'm very, very much enjoying myself.
Yeah, fair play.
But replacing this will be this weekend's job.
Yeah, I honestly, I've seen them somewhere for 22 quid. I'm sure somebody handy in chat might find you. Like, I'll tell you where the what side it is.
I don't know if I get the same. I think I'll look for something new side by side. So I'll
honestly
lean on chat for advice.
That's solid. As a side by side, it's solid.
Yeah, it hasn't been beaten yet.
Nah, honestly, it's not. Ricciardio.
Okay, yeah. I've got,
you were thinking who's next?
No, I was thinking what mods I've got.
There's only 3 of us, darling.
No, I was thinking what mods I've got for Brad. I was looking at my shelf.
No, don't be daft.
I'm drinking an Estrella. It's Spanish. It's from Barcelona, and it was bottled in 1876. It's one of the vintage ones.
Tastes like it. Definitely tastes like it.
Best before.
It was water when they bottled it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I always start with a bad one. After that, I've got a cracker. The best lager in the world.
I've seen that, and I just don't believe it.
Yeah, he is claiming.
No.
I've tried it.
No, I've just seen it.
It's.
Are you a lager man, like generally as well?
I Saturday. It's a Saturday thing, really.
Right.
So you can't just have a thick pint of bitter after football or something like that. You need something with a bit of refreshment in it, even though it is going to dehydrate you like the old.
You mean playing football or watching it?
Yeah, playing football. So
I thought you'd
got
stopped because of your knee.
I have stopped, but that's how I got into it.
Oh,
Drinking lager on Saturday afternoon, evenings.
That's why his knees sore.
the lager.
The
Yeah.
lager, yeah.
But
Kept
it's-
robbing
it is
grannies.
true. It is true that a lot of them taste like this. A lot of them taste like fizzy water. Not etc. etc.
I can't deal with it.
And I totally get why craft beer people cannot stand lager. But this is a little bridge between lager and craft.
Oh, okay.
It's much more like a craft beer. It's not very fizzy. It's got loads of flavour. If someone told you just gave you a glass of this, not showed you the can, you'd think you're drinking a craft bitter.
Mm.
And then when it was pointed out to you, lager,
I don't
you'd
hate-
go, yeah, I guess so.
Innocent Gun.
Of handful.
It's somewhere between punk and lager.
What Innocent
Like
Gun
poor
do
hand
the
pump.
do mangoes on the run, which is that mango IPA, and it's got flavour in it. It's not the hops, but it works. It's not over. It's not like punk stuff where it tastes like squash.
I can't believe how long it's taken me to try this because I'm a real big fan of Innis and Gun. It's a stout. That
I
I
thought
use
they made cricket bats.
constantly.
They're Scotch,
that's,
aren't they?
Gun and More.
Ah.
What's that one that they drink up in Scotland? That horrible beer they all drink.
Whiskey.
What is the
If
beer?
you're drinking
I was
pints,
going to say that ginger ale shit.
Iron Brew.
Iron brew, yeah.
No, it's not. It's like Skull, but it's not Skull.
Tenants.
Tennant's horrible beer.
Yeah, but that's the same as Carling Stella or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so honestly, if you love your craft stuff, lager's always passed you by, fizzy piss. Totally get it, but maybe just try this. Maybe just get one. I don't know. Just try it somehow, because I'm shocked by how splendid a lager that is. So that's what I'll be drinking next. So I always start with the bad one. Vaping. I've got a new thing.
Ooh.
I've got a new thing. We were slagging this off on the show 2 weeks ago. It's the MVP pod.
Oh, okay.
And it's from Inikin, and I stand by our dismissal of this by name
Yeah.
because this is an MVP.
Yes.
4,000 mAh, 200 watts,
It only
all the functions.
but the actual what's it called? The thing makes sense. Most valuable player. It's a fucking backup battery. It does this thing. That it isn't.
Yes, exactly. It's a torch. It's a
You
fucking
can jumpstart
charger
your
unit.
car
You
when the battery
can't
dies.
break it.
Yeah, well, I took one. The MVP2 I took round to Cambodia and Vietnam, and I literally used it to charge my phone and loads of shit all the time. It's fucking awesome.
So we don't like the name. We stand by that. I've got to say, my official verdict will be next show because my big hang up with Inikin is their coil longevity.
Mm.
As of right now, it's vaping tremendously well. It's just a little pod, you know. You've seen it before. You got your tank, goes in there. You suck it, or you press the button. USB Type C. I will say I was a bit disappointed when I saw it was only 500 mAh on the base. It's actually lasting really well though. It's got no adjustable airflow. It's got no adjustable power. It is what it is. You know, it is one of these things. You do have to swap the whole pod. There's no coil change. But the actual vape is excellent.
That is, I am surprised.
But will it be excellent next week? Because the amount I vape in a device like this, it should last till next week. So if it doesn't, it's classic Inikin, I'm afraid. We'll see. So vaping that in there, I've got a custard vape. I've forgotten the name. I've got a custard vape I got from TYV, the Yorkshire Vapor. It's across the road from where I work. And it's 10 mg Nick Salt.
Okay.
They have a range of bottles, 10 mg Nick Salt.
They do. There is quite a few companies do that.
Yeah, I think a few companies do it, but I never got around to trying it.
Okay.
It sort of makes sense for me with my
Yeah.
range.
Well, that's a very low, like 2 throat hit.
You don't get the throat hit, but you do get the nick. I've got to say, not bad at all. I'll dig out what it was one day. It's in my bag, work bag. So that's the thing. I've got the K-Fun 21 on the Reaver.
Excellent.
Screamer on the Drag 3. And I've pulled out the rabbit on the Cully. I made my own juice. I used one of your bottles, John, but I made my own juice. I remember someone sent me some strawberry concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some VG, I had some Nick, and I had some PG, and I thought, I should probably chuck that concentrate in something. So I did. So making my own juice is a bit rich.
That counts. That counts.
Yeah.
But I just happened to have some strawberry concentrate from a video I was supposed to do a long time ago. It's fine.
Sometimes the other thing. Sometimes I'll just be in the mood for something to like reset flavor buds, and so I just go over to something not fancy. It's
the concentrate said strawberry. It tastes like strawberry.
Well,
a random amount of VG in it, but the correct amount of nicotine in it.
It's a nondescript quantity.
No, but I was talking to someone about this the other day, and I remember when I
made sure I got the nicotine.
When I first,
I wasn't particularly asked about.
When I first started vaping, I was like, if you got someone in your hands, you were like, wash it all off, or you're wearing rubber gloves and stuff, and you were like Mills and this, and then now 12 years on, I'm like. Yeah, it's probably a flavour of some sort. Yeah, I've got some 100 milligram on my finger. Whatever.
I gave it a week, gave it a shake. Happy days. Fine, it's fine.
This is not medical advice, but licking nicotine off your fingers, I did find completely reset vape tongue.
What?
Yeah.
Because you didn't taste shit.
But lots of people didn't understand this. When we were looking for new nicotine suppliers, or whenever I've had to look for new nicotine suppliers, I've had to do about 5 or 6 times. I have to taste it blank. Yeah. Because if it tastes like shirts, because some do,
or pepper,
it cannot get used, and so
you can't use it in what you're doing.
No.
A pepper undertone. It changes every single juice it touches.
Yeah, so I have to. So when I've got, so I've been there, like in the lab section, kind of bit, going like, yeah, no, it's fine. There's like, what flavour is that? There's just nicotine. Are you fucking mental? It's like, no, I can't taste anything.
And yet, John wonders why he's aging poorly.
He's just drinking nicotine.
Yeah, there's no light problem in here. This is just one grey constantly.
Yeah. TYV, the Yorkshire Vape, they stock the Evolution shots now, which are really good. So I'm pleased they've done that.
Yeah, because TYV used to do their own back in the day.
Yeah, but they sold that side of the company, didn't they? So, happy days. That is roughly what I'm vaping, drinking. I am listening to John's juice, obviously, as well. A plethora of John's things. But happy days, John. What's caught your eye in the real world?
In the real world, second MP, second job. It's called.
Tricky, isn't it? Tricky business.
It's because, but we've spoken about this on the show before. People don't want to face the reality, which is if you paid MPs properly, they wouldn't have second jobs. But the second job thing, and now it's kind of gone through it hasn't gone through the Commons at all. This watered down piss version went through the Commons today, which means you can still have a second job. Really didn't make any difference. So
yeah, there's some loopholes, isn't there? Because they really wanted to go after consulting and then lobbying within consulting.
Yeah, and they just ended up with a load of shit.
So tricky. I think they should do it the other way round, where that investigation committee approves each second job, rather than wait to be policed by them.
You can have a second job. I don't give a fuck. If you want to moonlight as a hooker, go ahead. My problem comes in is if you have a second job, you are not allowed to lobby or to vote on shit.
Well,
that has to do with your second
but
job.
that was in the Labour amendment, but that wasn't in the Tory amendment. So it's
the Tories were never going to pass that, were they?
No, exactly. Well, that was what he knew.
It must have some effect, this ruling, though, because he has upset some of his backbenchers.
Yeah, but due to
they've all said they're just not standing next time.
Yeah, just because they got it. Everybody else abstained, didn't they? This is really going deep. But the rest of the House abstained today, and the Tories are the only ones who voted on it at all. So it didn't really matter. And they lost the other one. Anyway, what other stuff is happening in the news? Europe, the new COVID wave in Europe. Quite funny today. I saw in the paper, It said
Does Europe still exist?
Yeah, Germany are
No,
worried.
I don't. Not in the UK.
They said Germany are worried because they had 38,000 cases yesterday. I was thinking, come on, mate, get in the game. That's a Wednesday. Come on, you fuck off. Just ignore it. Carry on, do what you want.
It's tricky, isn't it? The numbers. We've always said it's tricky to compare.
Oh, absolutely. I'm trying to think of something that's not depressive. I know.
The most reliable is probably mortality rate, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing we were talking about this today, we've got to stay off. This is not. It's not cheerful, but it's not as miserable. Which is the Yorkshire cricketer yesterday. What's his name? Talking about systemic racism within cricket.
Yeah, Rafiq.
Fuck me, we're going ahead. Oh, that's it. Sorry, Azim Rafiq. Yeah, I think, but I'm not a cricket fan at all. But he's an incredibly compelling bloke. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, nice chap.
Yeah, I think he kind of nailed what you do if you've got it. If you're going through that, I thought he slammed it out of the park.
Having come from a country where, to be perfectly honest, I think racism is in a far worse place than it is here.
Mm.
I think what he said really resonated quite closely with me. I think his approach is right for the current situation, and particularly his reference to when apartheid ended, Mandela took over, how it happened, and what could have happened versus what did. And I think that highlights the difference between where I was to where I am. And having been here now 6 years, to be perfectly honest, you fucking forget.
Yeah.
Well, it's the human nature to do that as well.
Yeah.
You're sort of unknowingly institutionalized by what's going on around you, and I think that's what a lot of people are falling prey of at Yorkshire. They're just in that culture, and it's become normalised. And as a Yorkshire person and as a Yorkshire cricket club fan, it was about heartbreaking. Really, it's really sad. It really upset me to sort of hear it all. Really, especially someone that's.
It was kind of good to me to chat. We were chatting about this earlier today in like a private chat with us, because I was watching it yesterday, and then today I thought, Richard and I don't talk about sports because I don't give a shit about sports. The only thing we both quite like is boxing. Yeah. And I thought, I wonder what Richard's take is on this, and he just nailed it. And there was so many. There's weird little, however anybody feels. There's weird little pockets that you can highlight. In the testimony yesterday that you've seen that other people, like when he was talking about when his wife was pregnant and then she lost the baby, and there was the reaction to that. If it was anybody else but him being brown, it would have been completely different. And I've seen that. I was saying this morning, 20 years ago, I had a Sri Lankan couple who worked for me, and she had really terrible morning sickness, and the ladies who worked for me, who are all really fantastic and not, I wouldn't have considered them racist at all. They couldn't have given the tiniest shit that she couldn't move without puking. But had it been anybody else, they'd have been, oh, don't worry about it, darling. And it was really like, I was like, what the fuck? She's still just another person. Still fucking horrible. She's still got to be sick. And I kind of, and that was the bit with me yesterday. I was like, fuck. And you could see it was painful. But anyway, I think we've gone into the news and got everybody really depressed.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully it's a watershed moment anyway, and things are looked at more.
Yeah, I will say that when I was talking to somebody else about it later, I said, I don't know shit about cricket, don't know shit about shit. If you're looking for someone with balls, fuck me, it takes some balls to sit there and just go, this is fucking mental. Anyway, vaping.
Yep, go on. What you got news-wise?
I've got Vaping 360 because this has only changed in the last 24 hours, and it is quite interesting.
Why are you justifying? Why are you having to justify using Vaping 360 as a news outlet? That sounded very defensive.
Oh no, not at all. It was just the fact that I didn't have to use anybody else. I was quite happy to use Vaping 360 because otherwise it was going to be the Scum or the Mirror or somebody else bent, which is fine. I'd rather as neutral as you can get. It's quite good. The headline is Israel proposes world's highest vape tax. Israel is planning a tax on vaping products that could be the highest in the world. And Israelis have just a few days to comment on the bizarre plan. The new tax will take effect next week, according to one online publication, though they couldn't verify it. So the tax scheme would impose a wholesale tax of 270% plus 11.39 Israeli new shekels per milliliter. Sorry. So the minimum tax on pre-filled pods or disposables would be $10.47 each. I was trying to get some examples.
Fuck me sideways.
Like, it is fucking insane.
What, I wonder what a packet of cigs is over there.
This is exactly what it's based on. It's based.
Right.
It's directly exactly the same.
So it's expensive for a packet of cigs.
It's expensive for a pack of cigarettes, but now we're talking milligrams of nicotine, which is a really, really shit way of doing any measurement anyway, because it's way too variable.
What are you doing? Milliliters versus grams?
Yeah, so it's complete bollocks.
The trouble with Israel is overheads. Constantly blowing yourself up, constantly bombing your partner in crime.
The other,
it's really expensive.
And there's no getting away from it. They're heavily influenced by America, and America looks set to move at any moment now.
That's true.
And so is Israel. It's almost, rather than a tax rise, it's a thumbs up to America. Like you're going in the right direction.
We'll follow you, kind of thing.
Yeah, but we'll get
But they like to look progressive as well.
They like to do with the vaccines and stuff.
Yeah.
Such a tax rate on e-cigarettes is not intended to raise money for the government, but to destroy the vaping market. It seems impossible that a responsible government would not recognise that such extreme taxes would backfire and immediately create a black market. Keep that in your head. It comes up later.
For $10.40 per pod, that would make a 4-pack of these shit pods.
Mm-hmm.
$44 more expensive.
Yeah.
So it would make it a $60 pack of fuck me sideways.
Yeah. So if we at the moment, because we were talking about disposables,
the current vape suppliers in Israel will have a short-term windfall, won't they?
Yeah, very short term. Should we reorder more of these? They're flying. No. Just wait till next week. Was it pre-order only?
Selling pot.
Flogging them around the back of the shop for $20 each.
You know you live in a fucked up state when selling pot is looked at better by the government than selling nicotine.
Yeah.
There's less
which also contains nicotine.
There's less tax on weed in Israel, and it's
and America probably. Well, will be shortly.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fucking crazy. Next one is from the Irish Times. This is only really grabbed this because I like the inconsistencies, and it was such a stack of shit that it just amused me. So they've gone with a fairly loose headline. More restrictions needed on sale of vapes and e-cigarettes. I like the fact they split them up.
Who's this? Irish Times.
Irish Times. That's what they've gone with. Nicotine delivery devices such as vapes and electric cigarettes, what the difference is, need to face similar sale and advertising restrictions as tobacco products. And this is in Ireland, remember, not so it's sort of Europe. No, it is Europe, not sort of. E-cigarettes are increasingly being.
Are you going to put on your brilliant Irish accent for this?
I might do that. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Right. E-cigarettes are increasingly being marketed towards teenagers. And they're
very good.
And their colourful packaging and fruity flavours are contributing to a rise in young children vaping. But that you've just but what's the correlation? They're not. How the fuck would you test that?
Yeah.
And why did you buy that?
By that standard, I'm a teenager.
Well, it just doesn't make. But there's no. It's bollocks, isn't it? Did you go in there for a vape? No, but my favorite color is purple, so he came up with this. It doesn't make any sense. You fucking lunatics. Where did you come up with that? Really weird. Chris Macy from the Irish Heart Foundation said that while vaping is less harmful than smoking, its long-term effects were still unclear. That's not the same as dying of cancer. That's not the same as 1 in 2 people dying of cancer. They're not equal. And you're lying. The reason I got this as well, they bust their own lie as well. Comes up here. After falling from 41% of smokers in Ireland to 13%, the smoking rate among 15 to 60-year-olds is now increasing for the first time in a quarter of a century. Additionally, 39% of this group have used e-cigarettes, and 15.5% are regular users. How the fuck are you not reading this? If you change this ability to get vapes, then clearly the other 15.5% of people who are regularly vaping are going to move over to smoking. It doesn't make any, because
if you price them out, you can't bitch
we can't put logic to this, can you? Because,
and that's why I picked this article, because there's none in it. It's no logic in it.
It totally dismisses the fact that the alternative definitely does kill you.
Yeah.
Like, even if the Royal College of Physicians came out with 50%, there's a 50% chance it's better. It's a chance.
It's better than nothing.
It's a chance. You definitely will get cancer if you smoke.
But rather than that, the Royal College of Physicians, the British Medical Association, and Cancer Research have all said it is at minimum 95% safer for you. That is that if you vape it with no liquid in it at all, and you are basically vaping solder and crud, it is 95% safer for you. And this question still comes up. I mean, it's fucking insane. And why would you project this? I was watching a BBC series this evening, and
obviously got the reason.
Oh yeah, the line made me laugh because it was just quite funny. No, it was a film I was watching tonight. It's quite good. It's called One Night in Soho. It's quite, it's all right actually. We went to the cinema, didn't we? One of the characters lights a cigarette, and she says to somebody, "I hope you don't mind." And she went, "No, it's fine." And she lights a cigarette, and she went, "I would vape, but you look like a cunt." It's a great line as well. I was like, that's a good line, because
it's true.
It's true. It isn't as cool, but you don't die.
One of many fucking weird things I spotted in Kiev last week was the amount of fucking heat not burn products.
Yeah, heat not burn's massive over there.
And you can still smoke indoors there. So
oh wow.
It was fucking weird for me in the middle of a meal when the guy was sat back and lit up a smoke, and I was just like, "Oh, you're not gonna fucking leave?"
Yeah.
Although when we were in Sri Lanka last year, you could tell if they were Russian because they were using what our company's called, begins with I thing. ICOS with a fag butt in the end. Then you were like,
yeah.
And in the end I was like Russian, and my wife was like, "How do you know they're Russian?" And I was like, "Wait," and they speak Russian because it's huge over there, heat not burn. But I just quite liked it as a thing. Like, it's 2021, and they're still repeating this shit.
Next,
Australia. Here we go. It's like a callback. Underground market fueling staggering rise in vaping among teens. Don't forget, Australia recently made it prescription only.
I've been gone a year, and the news stories haven't fucking changed.
Well, no, this is an update because they were making it illegal. Now it's illegal unless you've got a prescription, and they've already got a booming underground market. New research has found that at least 1 in every 7 teens is vaping, which is a rise considering they don't sell them in shops anymore. They can look like pencils, highlighters, USB sticks, and lip gloss. What you mean is it can look like a stick.
It's just like we've always a bit of a mantra we've always said, you know.
If you see your daughter sucking on a vibrator, she might not be a whore. She may just be addicted to nicotine.
Yeah.
I just thought it was good.
We've always sort of said, though, it never works, does it?
No.
You always end up with bootlegging.
Well, they knew.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a really great article a few years ago. When you were a smoker, you may not have even noticed you did it as well. I know I did it sometimes because I used to have to leave the house, leave the flat or the house for a fag because we just smoked outside. I only smoked outside. If a cancer research advert came on, I was like, oh, I do fancy one. And I'd go out of a fag. And they actually think that no smoking signs cause people to smoke more cigarettes. If you see...
The human brain can't process the negative.
No, you just think, oh, I'll have a fag.
Yeah, so, like when you tell a kid, stop shouting, they just hear shouting.
So we know.
So is that
run
what I'm
across the
doing wrong?
road. Run across the road.
Yeah, so we know.
The human brain can't reverse the it's just now the brain processes information.
But we know that as fully functioning people, we know the more contraband you make something, especially as a teenager, the more you're like, I'm going to fucking do that then. He's like, do not jump off that. Why would he tell me not to jump off that? It's obviously brilliant. I'm going to jump off that.
Yeah, it's a reminder, isn't it? Any kind of reminder. Oh, look, a picture of a cigarette. I've got cigarettes.
Yeah. It does, and it works as well. We
try that sort of psychology with my wife.
This bollocks of well, do you know, I made this joke earlier, and I quite like it, but I kind of was trying to think about it as a little as a workout of stand-up. But it's true. I had a weirdest argument with my wife this morning about yogurt. Right? If you're arguing, and this could work in either partnership, one of you becomes a barrister for no fucking reason in defense of something that's got nothing to do with them. We got a new yogurt this morning. Rather than get myself a breakfasty bowl of yogurt, I tried it and I said, I don't really like that. It doesn't taste of anything. Put the lid back on. My wife instantly became a High Court barrister on behalf of the makers of the yogurt. And she was like, it tastes exactly the same as the other one. And I went, I just honestly don't think it does. It's just not really for me. Well, I don't know how to please you then. How is that yogurt taste any different? Well, no, it's just a bit plain. Why the fuck do you care? You don't work for them. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. And so I went, I'm going to work. Fuck off. Go work for the yogurt company.
Right. Last Vapor time.
Oh, last one. It was just funny.
Oh, have you got another news?
Yeah, but it was only the headline. I just liked it.
Oh, I just broke the thing.
It's all right. It was from the classic news source, My London. Just says, headline reads, former police officer told to fuck off after asking someone to stop vaping on a train. That's all you need. That was the whole article, really.
That's a bit like the bus one.
It is. But what I quite liked is there's a Facebook group I'm in called, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Unhappy People in Local Papers. They have to take a picture that shows what's happening. So if it says elderly couple, shed broken into, they have the shed door open with nothing in it, and them both looking grumpy, and they take a picture because the whole article has to be in the picture. Right? If their car's been stolen, they'll take a picture of where the car was and them like that. Yeah. And I really like, your house is burnt out. Yeah, well, how are they going to notice your house? Could you stand next to the house? No. Just take a picture. Anyway, so it is former police officer told to fuck off after asking man to stop vaping on a train. Whoops. Yeah, that's how happy I am about that. Look dead in the camera. Look like you've been told to fuck off. Really enjoyed it.
Right. Master Vapor. John, you brief Brad on what it is and what's going to happen.
What's going to happen is we're going to ask you a series of questions a la Mastermind. He's gone. Mm-hmm. There is 1 minute to answer as many questions as you possibly can. It is a decided and agreed method that it's best to take a punt at the question if you don't know the answer, or say pass. Do you want to think about it?
What is the record for the lowest score achieved
0.
to date.
0.
Marvelous. I'm going for -1 then.
Yeah, it is. The answer to that question is 0, and the maximum point scored is 4.
I won't be achieving 4. I will be lucky if I can remember my name.
If you could get 1, bang. You're there. There was Richard's going to do the timing, but and if we get to the last question, like Mastermind, if we've started, we'll finish.
Have you started with Brad? Have you heard of Mastermind?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Hi.
Mastermind's a thing. Everybody has a mastermind.
If the producers of Mastermind are watching, we only say that in jest. It's nothing like your show.
No.
You can't have us.
If this is room,
us.
if this was room 101, this is one much worse. Much worse. Room 102.
Yeah. That's like yogurt. You were talking about yogurt. They reckon in the future it's going to be a yogurt you can have a chat with.
This is Richard and I doing Carl Pilkington jokes that nobody else understands.
No one fucking follows
It's got those friendly bacteria yogurts. It's just a really friendly yogurt. Right.
But
so,
most
Brad, you
people
know what's
just call
happening?
that the clap.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can put it on the clap.
No. I think it's.
Crabs, is it?
No, thrush.
Thrush.
It is thrush.
It needs to be the ones without bits in.
Yeah.
Not a fruit corner.
No.
Fruit corner.
Orange one. No one wants orange on
I'm
their
on the
cock.
wrong side of the
Cocoa
fucking
Pops on you.
fence to be talking about bits.
How just a Miller corner with a couple of bubbly bits. Put the bubbly bits on. No, I don't think you've got to put the whole bubbly bits on.
Eat
That's
the
just a
bubbly bits.
particularly dirty Swedish bird. A Miller corner with the bits.
I really like the
Good
idea
name for a band, bubbly bits.
that anybody would read that advice in Just 17 and be like, yeah, I'm going to the disco. Go to the fucking chemist, you dirty bitch. Or man.
Right, as always, play along in chat. If we start a question, we will finish it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I told him.
Are we ready then?
Yes.
Are you ready, Brad, to be quizzed?
Does it
It's a bit
fucking
of fun,
matter
don't
if
worry
I
about
am?
it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, thought not.
It's what it is. Okay, John, you do the first question. Go.
Who made the Thelema DNA 250?
Big mother of fuck. Selena.
Go faster.
Wasn't Anakin, so. What then?
What was unique about the Wismec Active mod?
That was the pumpy thing.
What was the Vandy Vape Requiem?
That was also a squelchy swanker dude.
Right. Who makes the drag line of mods?
Drag.
What was unique about the Sentinel mech mod?
It had 2 buttons.
Who makes the SX580J board?
Anakin? No, they're the board people. Nah, fuck, who knows?
Who made the Penguin AIO?
Fuck me, I'm not doing well.
You're okay.
Jesus.
Who made the Ruby and Vindicator mech mods? That's the last question.
No, can't help you there.
You're not the lowest.
I did not get anything right.
You did. You did.
What the fuck did I get right?
You got 1.
The Requiem is a squonker.
Yay!
I will fucking take it.
We'll have to go through them again. Who made the Thelema DNA 50? That was Lost Vape.
Oh, fuck me. I remember that. I fucking had one.
Unique thing about a Wismec Active mod was...
Yeah, what was unique about the Wismec Active mod? It was a Bluetooth speaker as well as a mod.
Oh, Jesus.
The Vandy Vape Requiem was a squonk kit.
Yeah, you got that.
You got it.
The drag line of mods.
It's Voopoo.
Boopoo. Unique about the Sentinel mech mod. Do you remember the Sentinel?
You'll get it when you will know it, I think.
Yeah, but it might be before Brad's vaping time. It was telescopic. It was telescopic mech mod. You screwed the 2 bits. It got bigger, smaller. You used different batteries.
The SX580J board was made by Yeehee, which you kind of went out and then you were like, oh no, I know it.
Yeah, I knew it, but moving on was
It
quicker
was the
than
wine.
the 45 minutes it would have taken my brain to find that information.
The Penguin Aio was Joytech.
Yeah. Who made the Ruby and the Vindicator? And that was Kennedy. You got one. You didn't
I
get
got
the
one.
lowest score.
One.
More
You're
than
in, you're in the
One.
one gang. There's a few in the one gang, isn't there?
Oh, I'll show the leaderboard right now.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
were-
you've not got the lowest because Riyadh got 0.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You're alongside Craig,
Craig.
so it must be an ex-host problem.
Yeah.
My brain does not retain information. It retains fucking useless shit.
You've been out of the game a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. You've seen what I'm fucking sucking on.
There was ups and downs. Well, it was kind of you had to do it. That was the rule. And some weeks, like as well, when we were reading the questions, I was like, I don't fucking know the answer to that question is. I have no idea.
Oh, Andy Fairchild bragging here that he got 5.
Yeah, I know, but then Johan got 1, didn't he? Yeah,
One reason the scores might be quite high is they're exactly the same questions as last week.
Yeah, they haven't told that yet. Right? Yeah.
If
I'll be back in
that's
a
the
second.
case, I feel really fucking sorry for Gareth Martin because he only got 4 out of 5.
Yeah. But it was also a memory test for those guys.
Yeah. I probably would, to be perfectly honest, if you ask me the same questions next week, I'm not sure I'd score any higher than
No,
1.
I know, it's an interesting experiment.
If you ask me the same questions at the end of the show, I'd still not get higher than 1.
Ooh, I tell you what I forgot to say earlier. The reason Brad's on is twofold. He's an absolute star and he's bailed us out because our guest pulled out today.
So
And
what,
it's
what
great,
Richard's
it's
trying
great
to
to have
say
him
is,
and everyone
I'm
was
the
chill.
last thought.
No way. No way. We were chuffed to bits. It's like really good when we get an old host on. Everybody loves it. But it was supposed to be Aidan, Little Bro Vapes, and he pulled out this morning because he got called in to work. And I know we will be listening. So Aidan, we still love you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll have
I
Aidan
miss
on at some
Aidan.
point.
He was always a good laugh.
He's a great laugh. He's brilliant on these live feeds. But yeah, I know he'll be listening to this back. So don't worry about it, mate. So yeah, that's that. Aidan was supposed to be on, but Brad dug us out of deep poo by joining us, which is brilliant. So yeah,
It's
good
an
to see
excuse to see just how bad your grey hairs have gotten. And you did not disappoint. Like
yeah, they're pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I
And look
do
at this,
also-
it's looking a bit fine here in the bright light.
you are. I wasn't going to mention it.
I don't think that's how it works, though, is it?
But I think it's. But I think. Imagine if you went. See, I think you've gone a lovely silver. You know, if when someone's gone a shitty grey, it's like that's bad. You want to go like a silver fox, or I've got mine are kind of white, and they're your two. The rest don't want to be interested in that.
Yeah, but you see, Richard's aging very rapidly because he's gone from an RGB vape boy to what looks like my nan's lounge.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Like,
Yeah.
but both in hair color and room decor.
Yeah, that was exactly what it's good.
Yeah.
He kept showing us.
It was bad, though. Like, when I had to do... As soon as lockdown happened, I knew I was in big trouble. Like, when you're doing all these video calls, video meetings, you've got a fucking row of mods behind you, red lights everywhere. It just... The second I retired, I was like, I can't wait to rip this up. It just looked like a normal room.
It must have raised some fucking interesting questions at work.
Yeah.
Do people talk about that? Like, I kind of, because I've been
everyone now does the blurry background.
Yeah, I've been doing
I get
really.
asked loads about fucking Star Wars, which.
But I don't. You see, you're so like, because it depends on what you do in the world. Like, most of the time, if you don't know what I do, I just lie. Like if somebody goes, "Oh, do you want to have a drink on Zoom?" What is it called? I don't do it. I just said I don't know what they're talking about.
You tell them that you're Jesus. You're a carpenter in your spare time. Hence
No,
the
but I
chair.
don't even. None of this even happened. So it's nothing to do with this. It's because I can't be bothered. So I just like ring me because I wouldn't do it anyway. So like, I
know what you mean.
can't be
but
asked.
for everyone else in the world, like we have
But business
four
stuff.
to 12 Zoom meetings a day.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I've done it. I've had business meetings like this, but the thing is, but business don't give a shit about some chairs, right?
No.
Because I've said, like, I've sat here and gone, I'll just ignore that. It's my wife's like intermittent furniture rehabilitation unit, but nobody goes, oh no, like who gives a fuck?
Right, should we do new stuff or sausages?
Oh, let's end with sausages. We'll do new stuff.
All right, new stuff. Oh, Brad, it's the same as it used to be.
You got to watch on the
You'll
thing.
have to watch the thing.
I've got to send Brad the picture so he knows what we're talking about when we get to sausages. You don't need to, you're just going to get a text with a picture on it and then just look at the picture. That's it.
When it comes. But anyway, so this is the new stuff. So we've been talking a lot on the group this week about, what do we term them? Borrow devices?
Yes. Are they?
Borrow devices, and I was talking about the box with an extra X, which is Aspire's borrow device, and then someone said, "Oh, what about this?" And I don't know too much about it, but apparently this is the Box V2 from Aspire. Not from Aspire, but still Sunbox.
Okay.
So it looks like it's been made by Ambitions Mods instead of Aspire.
Oh, why?
But it's still going to be...
Have you seen those fancy mixes? You know, they've used Stabwood. They're 150 quid. Are you fucking mental?
So I don't know what's gone on here. Like, for example, like if you look at the top... can you see the picture?
I'm just sorry. Mine's behind, so I was trying to sort out Brad's bit.
Just drag it across.
No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't work. I've got it. We're
Yeah, I can see it.
So if you look at the top left, it says 2.0 Box Mod without the extra X.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's how they're getting around it.
Copyright.
I don't know if Sunbox has fallen out with Aspire.
Maybe they just
don't know.
Maybe the person who wrote this can actually spell and just assumed it was a typo.
Maybe, but you'd hope someone at Sunbox would go, actually. So I don't know what's going on here. Obviously this is a V2. I don't know what's happened between Sunbox and Aspire. It might be that they did this prestige item that was just made by Aspire with no collaboration, because that would annoy me if I was Sunbox. I don't know what's gone on, and I don't know how Ambitions Mods have been roped into this, but they've made this with Sunbox, so I don't know what's going on.
It's fuck ugly. I mean, David Charles has said it looks like a clockwork TARDIS.
The one thing, though, that they really have fixed, the one major complaint you see about the box is it's too heavy.
Right. Oh,
this is a completely different material.
Oh, okay.
It looks printed.
So it's a lot lighter. Well, this is a render.
You think it's printed? I don't think it's printed.
I know this is definitely going to be.
I think injection
molding. Be a lot
molding.
lighter. It's going to be a lot lighter. So they fixed that. Obviously, it's going to be a different board.
Does it set fire to itself? Because it is Sunbox.
I don't know. That's all I know about it. So apparently, there's a box with 1X V2 coming out, made by different people.
Mark Toddlington is saying Sunbox already did this mod. They just tweaked it.
So I don't know. Like I say, I really don't know what's going on here. I don't know why Ambitions Mod is suddenly.
Let me finish the fucking joke. They've just tweaked it. It burnt down 4 Italian houses. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, but they're not making these, so it doesn't work.
All right, I don't know.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know what the story is here. Maybe someone in chat will give us the full rundown of what's happened. But this is a thing. So this is coming out. And it's a thing. Now, this we're going to talk about next. But this is the new Pulse AIO from Vanderbilt. And again, it's a borrow device.
It's Billy Box.
It's Billy Box-esque device made by Vape in association with
Billy Box.
Tony B, Vapor Trail.
Calling
I don't
that
think Billy Box is
esque
involved.
is fucking cheap.
Yeah, I must admit my eyebrows were raised. So that's the thing. We'll talk about that more
We'll
shortly.
talk about that next.
This is new from Rinko. I don't know much about it. It's basically a side-by-side pod that you can see in. Built-in battery job.
Ringo sounds like an American Italian who works at a car mechanics. Hey, Ringo!
I can't remember what they've done previously, but they've basically just done random mods, I think.
Okay, it looks
This
very.
looks identical to that shitbox that was at Vape Jam.
Yeah, we were talking about because the second version of that is out now. What's it called, Richard? What are we talking about? That pod?
I don't know what this is called.
No. But what was the meme? The me pod is what Brad's talking about.
Yeah, everyone was wearing it on a fucking lanyard around him.
Yeah. And it was shit.
Was it the Coco by you?
No. It was the me pod. The me pod 2's out now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all agreed it was shite and everybody was lying, so it was great.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And here's the thing. I mean, it's pocket friendly.
Yeah, that could be pretty good.
I mean, don't be deceived by that picture. It's tiny.
Has it got a board then?
Has
it got adjustable?
Yes.
Is it a board or a MOSFET?
You can go up and down.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
That was a snippet from Richard when he was a pimp. You can go up and down.
Yeah, it goes up and down.
Goes up and down.
Probably. Who cares? Who cares who's going to buy it?
No.
Anyway, it's a thing. This is official Hell Vape are back on Insta. I don't know what's happened again, but they're suddenly re-emerged. They've got two tanks out at the moment: the Dead Rabbit V2 and the Fat Rabbit V2. We did show the Fat Rabbit, and it had two airflow slots, one in the middle of the tank and one at the top, and we started laughing at how shit that was. So this one just has more traditional airflow. So if you liked the idea of the other one, but the airflow thing was stupid, then maybe look at the Dead Rabbit V2 RTA from Official Hell Vape. Now, we showed this last week. This is the .aio V2. I think this might make waves in our circles, as we say. Do not fear. Mr. Mark Todd has his hands on one, and so a review will be imminent. So keep your eyes peeled on Todd's reviews to find out more about the .mod V2 AIO. I don't mind it at all. You're not a fan, John.
It was only. It's coming up in a second. There is. Anyway,
because I'm one of these people that does constantly look at stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the door off to look at the screen.
Don't know where right. For me, that button naturally is here on your thumb.
Oh, hang on. Where?
Sorry, here.
Yeah. That's where it is.
Okay, so that button's naturally there. So the screen is now here.
Yeah.
Not there.
Yeah, but yes, yes. So you're doing this, but that is eminently more easier than.
Oh, agreed. Because it's not a billet box clone.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That's the good thing.
You're only going to look at your screen once.
I don't mind that. And they kind of
the reviews up already for the.
Yeah, great. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if you are intrigued by that, like me, check out the review. We took our eye off of Vape Fly, and in that time they produced two mods. They produced the Cream Hild 80 watt, which is on your screen now, and they produced the Cream Hild 200 watt, and both are pictured in this picture you're looking at now. They are what they are. I think there's a certain thing with these 200 watt dual battery mods. I think it's hard to make them look really sexy.
Yeah, but honestly, that is one of the things I get asked for the most. And they've nailed it both ways. The right hand side, people want a mod that will take a tank that's got a bubble tank and you won't crack it if you drop it.
Yeah.
Right, so I lit the mod. And the other one is the battery life from a dual battery mod. So I have no problem with that at all.
Yeah, I don't. That is, I am in complete agreement. These devices, they look a certain way, and I think that this is fine. I think
they're fine. I'm actually going to take a screenshot because I got a customer I know will really like the right amp. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that because I know I'm going to get one.
So that's a thing. We were musing over IPV. What happened to IPV?
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, and then just as we said that, the week later they brought out this mod. This is out and about now. This mod, this exists, and Aidan, who was supposed to be on, has this mod, so we were going to quiz him about it. But this is the IPV V200, and it's very it's a 200-watt mod. It's tricky to make it look sexy. You know,
it's very IPV looking.
Yeah.
So they've kept the look. I'm alright with that. They broke the market on some things. People like to forget this.
Yes,
IPV, they really
they used
did.
to have Yeehee boards. They used to be the pioneers
Yeah,
of all
they
Yeehee
really were.
boards.
Yeah.
They're not now.
They've gone
though,
USB-C.
Yes, that's true. But I think it's their own board now. So
Well, everyone.
That's why I wanted to quiz him.
Cheapy boards. They used to be shite, but they're not now.
Speaking of borrowed devices, I heard about this from Bogan. This is a Toro Mod. Now, this is one of a million different styles. This is a completely see-through one, but they have loads of different looks. But this is a mech billet-esque device.
I do like that.
I don't mind that at all. The thing of the trickiness, though, correct me if I'm wrong, John, you're a resident billet box person, because you have one.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about doing it as mech is you're going to have to be pretty...
You've got to be good at building.
With your Atty.
Yeah.
Because they've all got their own little fiddly Atties, and you have to put the certain coils in to get them to work and to wick, and the beauty of the variable wattage.
Yeah, you want to know exactly what resistance you're going to get and everything. Yeah,
you can tweak it because you are. There's no getting around it.
It's been
that form factor. You're under constraints, aren't you?
It's really the thing is as well though. That is really pretty. Like that is exceptionally pretty, and that's what it is. I think it is a show pony, and it's a show pony that only a very select few people understand, and you understand the reasons why. It's been done as well. Mech billets have been done.
Yeah. But this is a nice.
It's very pretty. And if you were in a room with 10,000 people, 3 no, maybe 1 might understand why that's quite clever. But it's very pretty. Very pretty.
I like it. And these Toro Mod guys don't know them. They've also got quite a sexy squonker out. So maybe go check out Toro Mods. I don't know them from Adam. I don't think they're cheap. But it's a thing. These are out now. I'm going to very quickly go through it. Now have their disposables out, officially out. They do a big capacity one and a little capacity one. Presumably battery life matches the capacity or whatever. Presumably there's going to be a TPD issue with the bigger one. What I will say is, though, if you desperate for a disposable for some reason, UL have always done good coils, and the only distinguishing factor between all of these disposables is the juice and the coil. So maybe if you have to get one for a smoker or
at least you can see it,
vape or something, I
haven't got a problem with
maybe have a peek at UL because it probably vapes really well.
And you can see it as well. I don't hate that either. I mean they're not real pictures, but if they were that at least you can see it.
Yes, well we'll see. Proves in the pudding. Oh, the UB Pro RBA is out as well now, so if you're a Lost Vape UB fan, that was the mod that had the crazy on top. You can now rebuild it.
It was too perfect to pop. I couldn't not laugh.
You can now rebuild it. And I think that might be a big deal for some people. Because if you've got a Lost Vape device, you're not just a general vape knobhead, are you? You're not just a smock sucker in a beer garden. You know what you're doing. So maybe that some people might really want that. So that's available now. Target 200 from Vaporesso. Again, it's a 200-watt mod. What the fuck? What can you do to make this look any other way? It's tricky. I don't think that's too bad. If you can get it without the tank, you'll be laughing. Because Vaporesso have never done a great Atty. Not a bad 200-watt device from Vaporesso, and that is all of that stuff.
It's a bit boring, I will say that.
Yeah,
it's a bit.
200 watt.
Yeah,
really nice.
Yeah,
that kind of
since this mod.
That Rouleau-y thing is kind of back now. By the way,
they're just all they're all because people made a fuss about centered 510.
Yeah.
So to do that, you make an oval, and the rest is
function over. I thought, well, I've had drivers, courier drivers come in, and that's their thing. They drop their mod, they bought a bubble tank, and they crack it every time because the mod's too flat and it overhangs, and so it cracks it. So the rouleau type shape. When I showed the guy one the other day, he was like, "Fucking hell, it's a fucking clever idea." And I was like, "It is. That's old shit." Yeah. And the funny thing was, the only one they had in stock was red, and he went, "No, not red. Kevin's got one that's red." I said, "What, that one?" And he went, "No, but it's red. I don't want to get confused."
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? I did it the other day.
That's real world vaping.
I drove home in Kevin's car. He's got a 4 Focus. I've got a Vauxhall Astra, but they're both blue. It happens. Yeah.
I don't know why the key worked.
Do you think that's how swinging started?
Yeah, kind of.
That's how it started for me.
Blonde, and I accidentally took the wrong one home.
I was going to say that's how it started for my mum.
Can you imagine being the swinger?
No.
Who has a fit wife?
Yeah. Just waiting for your keys to go watch it.
You'd just be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Be like
I
the only
think
kid
you go
with
to a
cigs.
different class of party.
The only kid with cigs at a school playground.
You get that really, just to kind of drag it, just a normal conversation for 2 seconds. People always think it's a compliment if somebody says, like, somebody meets my wife and goes, "Whoa, you're punching." The end of the conversation is there. It's the stupidest thing to say, because she's like, "Oh, you're a prick." Like, oh, okay.
I'm sure it was well intentioned.
No, I know, but no one's going to go, "Oh, thanks." That's not going to happen. It's really weird thing to say.
Yeah, but she could just say, "Oh, he does all the cooking."
She should. Oh no, she should just arm her first. If she's going to go, "Oh, you're punching," she should just go, "He's got a massive dick, like huge."
It's true.
You've got the pictures.
That's the thing, right? So we did show it. Oh well, we did show it on a
group chat. Shut up.
We showed.
I've been paying you for 2 years now to stop sending them to me.
Right. So the Facebook group has been wild with the news.
I'm gonna find
this Vandy Vape. This Vandy Vape release. I'll put it back on screen. This is the Pulse Aio Kit. And now I've been generous here and shown the picture of one with the see-through door. In reality, though, what comes into your mind when you see this?
It looks exactly like a billet box.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
I don't think the see-through door actually makes it any better, because the internals look fucking billet box too.
Yeah, I think that's true. This was the picture that
have you seen
originally did.
Have you seen Steve Greenwood's pictures of it though?
I don't. Yeah, I think so. This is the original picture that did rounds, Brad. That's the black version.
Yeah.
I mean, so basic. Right. Okay. Let's just get this out of the way. For fun on the group, I said, "Is this a clone?" To initiate conversation about it in general, but the fact is, by our definition that we've stood by for years and years, no, it's not a clone. It's not pretending to be a billet box. It's not. They've not called it a billet box.
Yeah, true.
They're not trying to replicate the packaging of whatever the billet box comes in. I don't know. It's not a clone in as much as it's not a replica item. They're not. It's not a pair of free stripes down the market. It's not a clone. However, it's really similar looking to the billet box. They've come up with the idea of let's do a borrow device. They've literally. Shall I say what the differences are?
Yeah, well, yeah, I can.
It's got its own board.
Yeah.
The door is on the other side.
Yeah.
To the billet box. So you take the back. The door's on the back,
right,
and it's 21,700.
Yeah, but the 21,700 is discounted, right? What I thought was quite interesting is the arguments against were funny, quite funny. Like somebody's just pointed out, Dean Feeney called it a little billet box, which is pretty close to.
I think that's fair.
Truth.
That'd be my title if I was reading.
Yeah,
it may be more Poundland than little.
Because Steve Greenwood's got them in both in he's got both side to side. And You can see it's clearly not like a billet box, but no, he hasn't got it by a billet box. But it is shite.
Oh, size-wise, it's really cool because size-wise, it's virtually the same as a billet box because there's redundant space on a billet box, isn't there?
No,
Yeah.
not in height. Well, metal-wise, but no, there's no space at the top and the bottom of the battery.
They've done really well to add a bigger battery and it not be way taller.
No, but it's still taller
and thicker. It's quite a smidge.
My favourite argument was what I got back, which I thought was really quite funny. So what I said was, right, so I'm not calling it a clone, but I said
it's not a clone. Let us be clear on that.
Yeah. So I said I think it's too close. In all honesty, a couple of years ago, this would have been called a clone. And Glenn, if you're watching, by the way, I'm going to rip into your argument slightly, but that only in terms of that doesn't work as an argument.
Sorry, what did he say?
This is what I'm going to repeat his comment. I haven't said it yet. So Glenn argued back with me, and he said that would make every mech tube a clone. No, because you see, you've got a straw man argument. Your argument is so easily blown away that I can't believe you felt that it was worth it. That's like saying, I've got a Porsche. That's not a Porsche. Yeah, it is. It's got 4 wheels. I didn't say that. And clearly there are points that we all accept are the signifiers of a billet box. Like whether you admit it or not. Button placement, right? It is exactly the same. The air placement is exactly the same. It's got removable doors. They're exactly the same. And not only that, some of these are errors. The air needn't be there. You could have done something else with it. The button placement.
It would have been really nice to see.
Needn't be there.
Them do a different air.
Yeah, it's silly to make the same error. Like, because the condensation is known on a billet box to come over this. Like, I don't
understand the Mech Mod comment either, because Mech Mods have come so far.
Yeah, and if
for example. Hybrid top caps only came in effectively, like actual good hybrid top caps on mechs only came in about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's
and it depends. We have to then work out.
You've got switches with ball bearings in now that are beautiful.
Exactly. Smooth. What do we define as what when you're looking at a nemesis? What's a nemesis? Well, it's the switch, right? So we got to say, well, it's the switch. Well, so this is the switch. So the billet box has got the button there. That has the button there. So then we might look at something else. Like, how does it screw together? It goes together exactly the same fucking way.
If you take a Nemesis and you go, what are the issues? It had a basic spring.
Yeah.
Everyone's produced buttons and switches. The other issues with the Nemesis was you have to manually adjust every aspect, the top and the bottom of a Nemesis you had to adjust. Now you've got self-adjusting switches, you've got self-adjusting 510s. It's with what you can do with a mech, people have done, you know.
Frankomize has just given us the other argument, which I again, like in chat, which I quite enjoy as well. You want to pay nearly $300 for a billet box in a click race limited time run every week, or under $100 for something competitive. I've got 2 billet boxes, and I'll take the box, Chilu or Tony B every time. Fine, but that's not the argument.
The box
that's
with an
not
extra
the discussion.
X looks totally different.
Yeah. It's not the different. It's a different discussion.
The box with an X, they've gone to town on the design. It looks completely different. It looks more like this than it does a billet box.
And now, because we argued this is only a bit of fun, by the way, everybody. Don't take any of this. We just play.
And yeah, for the record, as we've always said, we'd rather you vape a clone than smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't get it twisted. And I love that there's going to be affordable borrow-based devices available. Because the Aspire one's still £90, I think.
But the other thing is, nobody, as Frankomize himself said, he's got 2 billet boxes. Nobody who's in the market for a billet box is going to buy 4 Tony B boxes. They're not, because they want a billet box. It doesn't make any difference. That they're not. Because this used to come up back in the day as well, when people said, "I'm going to buy the like of that." And then if I like it, I'm going to buy the other one. You're not. No one ever did. That never happened. No one bought a clone Nemesis and then went, I really liked it, so I bought the original. Never fucking happened. You're mental. They're not. They're different markets, which is fine.
I think it's cool. Do you know, I think if I'm being completely honest, I don't have an issue with this. This was inevitable. I quite like that Vandy Vape have done it because it's affordable. They're not bad at making stuff, so it'd be pretty well made, I expect. I love that it's 21700 as well.
Yeah,
that was a thing. It was a bit of a bugbear with Billy Bots. They really don't like improve their
no,
design.
no, they didn't do it.
There's a lot of things I like.
But we have to admit that
I think my main gripe was with Tony. I think I can't believe he's put his name to it. But I can understand why he has put his name to it. But I'm surprised he's put his name to it because.
Will you admit as well though that the size?
It's fucking lazy design.
With a size thing, right? That it forms no part of the argument. It isn't a billet box. We all agree it's not a clone, right? But the size makes no fucking difference at all. You know, if you said, if they said, if you
What
get
do you mean?
right, so if you had. Say you, I don't know anything about cars before I make this thing, and I'm just making a joke point. If you had if you had a Ferrari, no, fuck that. I'm not going to fall for that. If you had a Mustang with a V2 engine, right? And I made a Mustang, I got a guy to make it, and I put a V3 in it, and still put the Mustang side on the outside. And then somebody went, well, that's not a Mustang. And I went, I never said it was because they don't make a V3. That doesn't count. It cannot count as the argument. You cannot say that they don't make a 21700. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But you cannot make it slightly bigger and then say, no, that's not the same thing. Because that is a demented argument.
Yeah, also, making it big is a problem because the whole point of the box was it's supposed to be portable. Small, yeah.
Look, you have also... off of the subject here, highlighted just how piss poor your knowledge of cars is with the reference of a V2 and a V3.
Was it a V4? Is that the other one?
No,
V6.
V6 and V8. Isn't it?
V6, V8,
you
V10,
you can get
V12.
a V10,
yeah. It don't matter. But it didn't,
you get a V4 and
you all got all right. I realise now that I should have said instead of being like a 3-door, it should have been a 5-door, right? And then go, they don't make it. I had this argument with a guy who was really into clones back in the day. And he said to me, well, but like if I could build a Ferrari in my garage, I said, you can't. And he said, no, but say I did. Say I took ages doing it. And I went, no, you can't. That's not, I'm not saying it's improbable. I'm saying it's impossible. You cannot build a Ferrari in your garage.
Yeah. We don't have a problem with this device.
No.
I think it just. I think it shows how the culture and the community has changed. People give less of a monkeys about all that stuff. It used to be. It is a bit old school to be worrying about who copied whose design, and I don't think people really care about that anymore.
My issue, your things for Tony P. My issue was don't copy the errors. I don't understand why you ever copy errors.
Yeah,
fix
the mistakes.
I know that he's put waterproof housing around the board, which is good. However, the actual board hasn't been coated. Some Vandy Vape products, like the Swell, the actual board has been coated. So even if the board
Nick Smith has jumped to my defence, by the way. Old Ford's had a V4.
Yeah, but not a V2 or a V3, darling.
Definitely not a V3. So I don't think that. So the board isn't waterproof, but it's got a special casing to help it not get wet. He's done some alright stuff on it. Fucking hell, I don't know. I think it's more interesting that the community haven't mentioned it in the way they may have 3 years ago. I haven't raised this as a concern like they would have 3 years ago. And I don't know. As part of me, a bit cynically, thinks the reviewer putting his name on that, going on about the design, I don't know. I cringe a bit, and that's just me being honest. The actual device, knock yourself out. Finally, an affordable, easy to get 21700 billet box. Knock yourself out.
I will say, when Aspire did their,
I can't believe that
borrow.
It's taken till now.
When Aspire did their borrow tank device. I honestly just thought kudos. Like they didn't do no missteps. It was like this is this. And when what's the other one where it's face on? We drop it in. I can't remember what it's called. Asmodus? No.
What?
Mark's got one where the borrow goes in like there.
Oh, there's some amazing. Oh, I don't know which one that is.
The one that
I
he
know
always
exactly
says,
which
"Will
one
it
you
work?"
mean,
Yeah, that one. It's really pretty, and it's just and I think there's a little bit of there's a bit of good grace sometimes in when somebody does something.
I also think if people really want something, they'll help defend it as well. So I remember the build kits when the build stations came out and they were suddenly affordable. A lot of people defended the fact that they were a lot like the Friday morning, the Friday morning build tab.
Build tab, yeah.
Coilmaster did a build tab. A lot of people defended that because finally you could
actually
get your hands
do
on
it.
a build
Yeah.
tab. It was
because it's necessary and nobody got hurt. There's a difference as well between that. Is that people at the time, we feel building for a Met.
Delro was the one you were on.
It might get hurt. Delro, right. And I will say, Mark's just made a point, which is that the board access panel is not on the borrow side anymore. So the liquid can't drip off the front of the borrow into the board.
Really smart improvement.
I totally agree.
It'll be fine. I just think it's an interesting...
I thought it was a good...
It's sort of an interesting barometer of community where we're at.
I enjoyed the arguments, and I enjoyed taking... I enjoyed laughing at some of the arguments that don't hold anymore. You cannot have it's bigger, that doesn't work, and you cannot have every tube is this. That's silly. There's loads of decent arguments. That's crap. And saying, oh, some people can afford this and some people can afford that. No, again, that doesn't work. They're not the same market.
Yeah, and it's not a knock on all the different ATIs for the borrow devices as well. Let's be clear on that, because it's completely legitimate to make an atomizer that fits the borrow. It's the same as making an atomizer that fits a 510.
Absolutely.
It's an ATI for a vape device. It's not. That's a totally separate thing.
Yeah,
all the different ATIs for borrows. We're not even.
And people right at the beginning of that.
Anywhere near that.
Right at the beginning of that, people were asking Billet if it was okay. The guys who make Billet Box if they could do that, and then it became stupid, which I do totally agree. There's a point where you just go.
They should have just revelled in that.
They did as well. Yeah,
and they did.
Yeah,
and they have, and they continue. One thing I would say is this Vandy Vape version, Billet Box should have done.
Oh, he'd done a budget version. Yeah, agreed.
Oh, a budget version, a bigger battery version.
Yeah.
One with the board insulated.
Why didn't they do a dual?
One with the airflow improved.
Yeah. There's so many things because Todd's just said in chat it's a very flawed device. Absolutely it is. Why copy the flaws as well though? I know they moved the thing, but don't do the fucking air. It's stupid. That was it.
I'm surprised they didn't look at the airflow because that's a big issue for me.
Mark's now saying I don't like Grant's vanilla custard, so my opinion doesn't count.
It's all good natured. We don't give them. We don't have a dog in the fight.
No.
You know.
I got a Billet Box. They got bought for me as a retirement gift. Very nice.
It's beautiful, and this Vandy Vape one will be fine as well.
Absolutely. Am I going to do just ethnic news?
Absolutely.
We've only got 3 Surin mods. I think they're still the cheapest in the UK. Well, they're $26.99. And we've also got the coils, 0.8s and the 0.6s in stock. They have absolutely flown. You've broken me. I've got really bad sciatica at the moment, and so this has a limp to work. But I enjoy it. I've really, really enjoyed this week. It's been great, sending out shitloads. And I've really been happy. People who bought one have come back and bought another 2, and people have got other people to quit with it, which I really like as well. Really enjoying that because it just works.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. So if you want one,
so when's the next juice line coming, John?
We have got a new juice line. It's coming in from. I'll give you. All right, I can do.
We want another juice line.
Okay, we've got a new. Well, it's not a new line.
We want an excuse to stock up.
It's a new flavour that's coming in from an old line that you like, which is. I'll do this. Yeah, might as well. Haystown have got a new pistache. You loved pistache, and it's a hazelnut version of pistache, which I think will work wonderfully well.
Oh, yeah.
And we should have that definitely. Where are we now? Should definitely have it in time for Christmas, but I suspect early December. Yes.
That is exciting.
Yeah, we will be the only ones in the UK who've got it as a concentrate. You can buy it. Yeah. It's very funky, and we will have it for you soon.
What's new with you, Brad? Working hard?
I can now confirm that you only have 2 Soren mods left in stock.
Oh, you sexy fucker.
Wow. Chuck him a few coils in, John.
Yeah, I'll chuck something in.
Very
What
cool.
was the question?
You'll love that. You're going to love that, Brad, because
It's absolutely exactly what
plug
you
and play. Plug
I
and play
like
stuff.
simple as fuck. I'm so done and over, and to be perfectly honest, just fucking lazy.
No, and we talked about that last week. It's a phase. It's a vaping phase.
Yeah.
My laziness has lasted now, I don't know, 2 years. Progressively simpler and simpler. Eventually, I'm going to reach John's status where I just lick nicotine off of my knuckles.
Yeah, I think. I've done it on a plane before. I have put a bit on my hand and licked it. I don't care.
It gets the job done.
Yeah, I don't care. It works.
Can't fucking argue with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it.
Yeah. Somebody's just asked me the new flavour, the new liquid, and I'm trying to work out what it is. I can't remember. It's gone right out of my head.
What? The name?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm on it.
Oh, really? You're going to reveal even the name?
Yeah, because it's out.
Hold something back.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Oh, it could. Yeah, maybe it'll be a cliffhanger. But
yeah, you'll have to wait and see what it's called.
Oh no! Here we go. It is called Nokia La. That'll do. Yeah, it is, and it is hazelnut pistache, basically.
Really good to see you, Brad. Thanks for saving us.
Absolute fucking pleasure.
You're a legend, and I will say just a quick
boys.
shout out for this man, Brad. You can blush or something like that.
Okay.
Right, all the way through lockdown, we all been chatting to each other in crew chat stuff because we do, and we probably speak to each other more than we speak to anybody else in anything else. And Brad, you had such a shit time at the beginning of lockdown, and you got yourself another job, and then you not only smashed that, then you got yourself you had a new job, and then another new job, and now you've got another new job.
Really good job.
And so let's just say you're a fucking legend.
I will admit I have dragged my ass through the last 2 years, but I'm quite.
You haven't dragged your ass
so far.
I think
God loves a trier.
You're a fucking legend,
and you are a trier.
Done, boy.
Thanks for watching. Smash that like button.
Ta-ta.
Every single like matters.
Oy.
They tell me. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye, 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 bye.
See you soon. Bye bye.